moving on to best athletes turned analyst. Who are some of your favorites?
Well,
If it's an athlete turned best analyst, you mean, correct?
Yeah, an athlete turned analyst.
Best athletes. Usually, good athletes don't do that. I see
Very rare.
Like A-Rod might be a good one because he's actually a great analyst and he's a phenomenal player, obviously. Unlike Frank Thomas, who should have actually gone in the worst category. Sorry, I forgot about that. Okay, so I actually do like McCarver. We had this argument earlier.
All right.
I think he's just Buck and McCarver are actually a great team, and I despise Buck, which makes you know what I think about McCarver. I actually just think that together, I think they were very good.
That's a nightmare for me.
But I can't stand Buck and Aikman though, because I can't stand either of them. Yeah. But again, we went to that point already though. So, okay, I will. So I'll say McCarver, but then one that I'll go with is definitely Keith Hernandez, and coupled with Ron Darling.
Great personality,
the greatest booth in the league.
If you talk about personality, you talk about guys who understand the game, guys who are engaging, know what they're doing. Yeah, absolutely.
Great personalities and analysts. Yeah,
I completely agree with you on that one. Well, I'm going to go to a current guy, pretty new, Tony Romo.
Who would have thought?
I think Romo is fantastic. He's one of the best. Like when I listen to him call a game, I wonder how he's not the defensive coordinator for the NFL teams because he's so good of knowing exactly, of just diving into the game, getting inside the most of the quarterbacks. Obviously, he was a quarterback, but diving inside the quarterback's head and being able to tell you, what the quarterback's thinking with his audibles when he sees this defense, what might he do. And he'll
read a defense before the snap.
And he's correct so many, the majority of the time he's correct, which is remarkable. Like, it makes me think that Peyton would be a phenomenal announcer, broadcaster.
I think he sounds too stupid. But
he's not. Peyton Manning.
I think he sounds too stuck up.
Maybe I don't know. I'll go with my assessment.
Maybe he want to come off as likable, let's say, as Romo. But for a guy, if you want a guy calling plays, I don't think anyone would be better at breaking something down than Manning. Like, he does a little bit of that detail thing. I don't know if you've seen on ESPN where they throw like quarterback and he's great. Like but that's more breaking down film, and that's where Manning would really
excel.
Exactly.
And as a personality, I mean, look, he's obviously thrived.
Yeah.
Because you see all the work he did. I mean, probably the best highlight of the pregame on the Super Bowl was that
John Malkovich.
Oh my God,
Manning,
Malkovich is.
It's great. I love Malkovich. I'm sorry.
You're a Super Bowl winner. You should say 2 times. But I said it just sounds better.
Do you think Eli edited that? he edited that. He was like, "We got to make sure that gets in there." That would be a terrible booth. You get Peyton who's super high energy and who would know everything, and then Eli who would just be the monotone guy.
Be like Joe
I honestly think in a booth that neither of them would be that good. That's just my opinion.
They wouldn't.
Yeah.
No. They're better on commercials because
that's what I'm saying. No, Manning could act because
money.
But the reason is though, is that and this goes against what you said earlier though, is because I think Manning's actually such a stiff. That you putting him in that funny acting role works for that reason.
Okay.
Because he's a stiff, that's what makes him funny.
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay. You're right. And look, there are plenty of guys that, like you said, are great athletes you think would be a great transition to the booth, and then dud.
Like Ray Lewis.
Yeah, you talk about good ones. Good ones. You mentioned A-Rod. A-Rod, I think, has done a great job. I mentioned Romo. I think A-Rod has done a great job. Pre-game, he's awesome, and as well as Sunday Night Baseball.
What about Terry Bradshaw? He's been doing it for years at this point. I enjoyed Terry Bradshaw.
Absolutely.
I like him as a pre-game guy. I don't know if during a game.
I don't think he'd be able to call it.
I don't know.
I think we're extending it a little bit.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I'm going to throw in Barkley then.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love
terrible. Barkley's great.
Barkley is one of the best pre-game guys in any sport ever.
I agree.
He redefined what that position was because he's so goddamn honest. That's what you're supposed to be.
Exactly.
Yeah. Not everybody could do it either.
You know who I think is in basketball now, and you said honest, who with ex-players / coaches, I'm going to say, is the team of Van Gundy and Mark Jackson.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Great team.
I think they're both great.
Mark Jackson, very underrated.
Mark Jackson's awesome. And I think Van Gundy, talk about honest, Van Gundy's actually been fined by the NBA for some of the things he said when he's attacked or criticized the refs. So you like that in an announcer, like you said, you want that honesty because that's the analysis that's really going to come out.
And I mean, if you want to talk about a tale of two cities, I mean, his brother, who I despise.
Oh, really?
That fat bastard. Yeah, he's
Right.
as a coach. I don't know. He just seems like a mean
pretty good
guy.
coach, though.
No, he's an okay coach. Let's pump the brakes on that.
He makes Rex Ryan likable.
And he's
pretty
terrible.
good.
He
You
does
pump the brakes.
he does pregame now, and he's terrible. Oh my lord!
Well, the pregame NBA isn't that good. The announcers are good.
I mean, if you're going
Ernie
back,
Johnson is great.
Oh, I take that back. I was
the
thinking
TNT
ESPN.
crew is amazing.
TNT, you're right. I take that back. TNT's the reverse. The
Kenny
pregame
the
is
Jet, I
phenomenal.
loved it. Oh,
And
Everything
really?
else
Shaq
isn't.
works really well
Yeah,
with
and
them
Shaq
too.
was a great
Ernie's
addition, yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Ernie Johnson could do it all.
Yeah.
I think.
other great notable ones, if we move on to hockey, Eddie Olczyk, a local Stanley
Sure.
Cup champion's another guy. Dandy Don Meredith did it for years. Former Cowboys
Yep.
quarterback
Right.
did it for years.
Monday
There's
night.
been a lot. It's the best way, I think. They excel more at color commentary than they do play-by-play.
It's a much
You'll never
faster
really
game,
see
of
that,
course, yeah.
Absolutely.
Because they're there breaking everything down.
Absolutely.
Emmerich's that voice that you just hear in every hockey game ever.
Yeah.
Every hockey
Emmerich,
game ever.
Emmerich's great. Doc
Yeah.
Emmerich.
One of my favorites.
One of the best in all sports.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Go Bridgeside.